Hi, my name is Chris Abraham, and this is the How to Use Influencer Marketing to Promote Your Book, Engaging Influencers from My Publishing Clients. Prepared for Group High Virtual Summit, my name is Chris Abraham, and this is a very social experience today, so please feel free to include me at Chris Abraham, or you can use the Outreach Marketing hashtag. I'm very accessible via social media, so you can reach me via email, and this presentation will also be accessible on slideshare.net as a deck, and on youtube.com as this video. Don't forget, again, outreach marketing. There's tons of way to connect to me, so please feel free. So this is pretty much an example with the focus for people who do not have very strong backing from their publishing house or are interested in publishing or self-publishing using ebooks or publishing using a vanity press or any type of book that presupposes that you either don't have a lot of support of your publishing house or you want to extend past what your publishing house is willing to do for you, what their publicists are willing to do for you. And even though all the examples here are very high-profile books, they still found a gap in the market for them. While most of them were able to get onto talk shows and onto NPR and into magazines and formal reviews, there was still a world of social media that still isn't being included in a strong, powerful way when it comes to influencer marketing and working on engaging from the bottom up. So, the publishing industry has changed in the last decade. Ebooks and so forth, there's so many choices, and with the decrease of traditional book reading, the margins are too thin, and first-time and niche authors have much less support and resources towards book promotion. All of it goes towards the top 1%, 10%. And most of them have proven their mettle or are presupposed celebrities, politicians, actors, musicians, etc. Marketing budgets have been slashed or preserved for the top sellers and top earners. That's even assuming you can even get a book deal these days. One of my clients is a two-time client is Paul M. Barrett. He wrote a book called GLOCK. We'll talk about that in a minute. He also wrote Law of the Jungle. Unlike advertising or a book tour, there is no barrier to entry to social media. So book tours require airplane flights and hotel rooms and schmoozing and new outfits and really all you need to do a social media shadow tour is blood, sweat, tears, time, attention, humility, passion, and an internet connection and a pair of bunny slippers. Social media enables both intimate one-to-one relationships with online influencers, but also if you play it right and you work that relationship for short-term or long-term, you can actually develop a one-to-many and a many-to-many social media relationship via shares that your new team of supporters, your new flash mob, these influencers who have taken to you, the kind of sharing that they do every day. It's better to engage an influencer and have them share than try to share using a population of followers that isn't mature at the moment, assuming that you're not already social media popular or social media actualized. Influencer marketing allows authors to identify and then engage topically relevant online influencers and bloggers. There isn't any way in a global conversation that you'll ever be too obtuse. Here's a book by Mike Moran and Bill Hunt that I helped with, Search Engine Marketing. As an aside, you'd assume that search engine marketing people would have this in spades. There's no assumption that people who are good with SEM have any social media interest. Time, talent, and treasure really are all you need to support your online shadow book launch and book tour. You can do it on the cheap using just your time and talent, or you can subscribe to a dedicated blogger outreach platform like Groupie with a little bit of your treasure. After you subscribe to a service like Groupie, you still have to lavish your time and talent there as well. If you don't have the temperament or the patience or the time, then you can open your wallet a little more and either collaborate with an expert or hire a publicist to do the outreach on your behalf. I'm always happy to help. This is a book by my buddy David Gellis. This was a, a, a work of love along with the next book on the next slide. But, you know, while you're in your bunny slippers, while you're at home, while you're reaching out to people who aren't, you know, A-list influencers, people on Fox News, people on MSNBC, or, you know, Terry Gross on Fresh Air, and even though there's no kind of formal protocol, because you can do everything in a casual manner and it's not as formal as being introduced by a publicist, there are still three essentials that you cannot get cheap on. Do half measures with any of these three and you're doomed. One is treat everyone as if they're a Kardashian. If you don't like the Kardashians, treat everybody like they're Diane Rehm or whomever you like, Terry Gross. Be excited and grateful and don't take anyone for granted, no matter how little clout or clout. And be willing to lavish time and attention with and on everyone. Number two is be responsive and follow up more than once. Just because someone doesn't reply doesn't mean the answer is no. And then provide an exceptional gift. Bloggers love bound galleys that are pre-publication. Get to them early, well before you launch. They love hardcover copies, drop shipped with the note. They'll take paperbacks. Some prefer Amazon-compatible downloads, but nobody at all loves a PDF attachment. Everybody hates that. And you need to give them the gift that they want, not the gift that you want to give them. If they want something on Kindle, giving them something like, you know, what David Gellis and Amy Wilkinson could offer, which are, you know, sort of an app that you can read through, is not quite there. People have their own method of reading, be it a paper copy. A lot of people ask for that, or be it, you know, their ebook of choice. Most ask for you know, a Kindle. This is Creator's Code, another really good friend of mine. This was a work of love. In each of the preceding books, and this one included, each author was willing to lavish as many books, as much attention, and as much time as was required to make a connection and honor each influencer. Some examples of going above and beyond. Paul M. Barrett, for his GLOCK book, was willing and able to brave the gun message boards for his book GLOCK. He was in there fisticuffs, he was in there sharing, he was persistent over time. It was really something to behold. Amy Wilkinson hosted a Reddit I am a question and answer session, which is bold because Reddit can turn on you at any moment, but it's amazingly a powerful platform. Mike Moran and Bill Hunt never met an interview they weren't willing to take. Most of the time they did interviews via question and answer via email, but they were always very responsive. And David Gellis took podcast interviews as readily as NPR interviews. He was never above the opportunity, even though he's a New York Times reporter. To be honest, Paul M. Barrett is a reporter from Bloomberg Business Week. So these are very high-caste people who, in many cases, are more than willing and able to engage with anyone and everyone. You should reach further than the A-list. Top newspapers, journals, celebrity sites, and high-status A-level blogs are highly competitive. Don't forsake the creme de la creme, but don't only rely on them to fuel your book's promotion. Everyone's fighting to go to the prom with the prom king and prom queen. If you don't already have a brand, it's entirely possible to build a powerful brand from the bottom up, blog by blog, influencer by influencer. And social media goes beyond blogs, Facebook and Twitter. Don't ignore message boards and specialty sites. Don't be turned off because maybe your book is too niche and won't have a following. I guarantee you, no matter what it is, there is blog of it. And there is so much more than mommy bloggers. Paul Barrett made best mates with both the pro-gun and anti-gun online. I helped him connect with shooting sport hobbyists on both general sports shooting and GLOCK-specific message boards for his book GLOCK. I found David Gellis, hundreds of influencers connected with the mindfulness movement, both spiritual and secular. I helped Amy Wilkinson connect with both entrepreneurs and women with the goal of connecting with women entrepreneurs. And Mike Moran tapped me to help him and Bill Hunt track down everyone outside of their personal SEO, SEM database of contacts. And it's as cheap as you want it to be, right? You can cut corners. For years, I've been doing this since 2006. I did all of my blogger outreach campaigns using Excel spreadsheets and then later Google Sheets. I discovered bloggers using keywords on Google and on blog search engines and tracked engagements on those blasted spreadsheets. You can do it cheap and hard or spend a little money to make it easier. Currently, I use a combination of Google, SDLSM2, InkyBee, and GroupHigh to do my blog and blogger research. And then I use GroupHigh to manage my outreach campaigns, including contacts and follow-ups. Here's an example of kind of an engagement page. It allows me to track history of all the outreaches I've done. It shows me, based on each blogger, how I can get to them if I can't find their email. It allows me to find their email separately and then put it in here under a contact. If GroupHigh already has their email, I can add it to my contact list. Or I can find other ways to reach out to them using their Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, Google+, LinkedIn, or Facebook. I'm willing to reach out to anybody any way I can. I, in fact, have 89 emails in my LinkedIn box. But as you'll see, I always reach out as myself. So for this example, GroupHigh has a composition tool which automatically fills out the first name if you have it and allows you to compose a message and send it through your own Google Mail. And that's very convenient. And then it keeps a track of all your outgoing messages. And if you want to tailor your outreach to include a past article that they've posted, you can search all of their posts and go from there. See? Makes it so much easier. And then you need to come up with a good message model. This one I tried to make it not more than 3 paragraphs. I tried to make it as honest and personable as possible. I couldn't make it as personal as I'd like. But at the end of the day, I was able to do a pretty good job of connecting with them based on this true connection. And most of the magic happens in the inbox, so make it happen. Don't leave anybody hanging. Try to respond as quickly as possible. Be personable, be responsive. If they have questions, answer them. And if you can't answer them, please find a point of contact to refer them to. Don't forget, hugs not horns. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. And any questions, you can start with me, and I'll do anything I can to help you out. You can ask via Facebook and Twitter, via the hashtag, and I'll definitely keep on top of that. So, until we meet again, this has been a lot of fun, and I really appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the presentations today. Take care and mahalo. Ciao.